we finally want to address something that I've been meaning to address in writing for a while, but I think this would be the best format, which is the Jeff at Amazon email, otherwise known as escalations to Jeff or escalations to executive seller relations. Now, just to preface it with, we understand that sometimes you're looking for a last resort, you're not sure where to turn, you're stuck, but we're here to say that we've advised that the Jeff at Amazon email was a last resort, executive seller relations. You didn't go there unless you had tried everything else. We're kind of changing our tune on that for 2021. What's the reason? The short version would be that it doesn't work anymore. People are flooding the Jeff at Amazon.
Used too much.
Used too much for everything under the sun. Yeah, if you can't get an answer at all and you want to try it as a throwaway, fine. But we're changing our tune in terms of the be cautious, don't write to Jeff unless you've got all your ducks in a row. So,
yeah, I mean, for a while, it really represented your last shot at fixing whatever it is that you needed to fix. And now it's not really being treated any differently from any other escalation path. I would say, if anything, it's just less useful than other escalation paths at this point.
Right. Historically, when I was doing Bezos escalations, you had to be certified, you had to be battle tested, you had to prove that you could do a thorough deep dive into a seller account and the issue at hand, and then read the plan of action and then decide why it could or couldn't be accepted for reinstatement. Things have changed. I mean, some emails to Jeff bounce back in the form of a message from partner support. It seems like all they've really kept is the first two lines. Jeff read your email and asked me to reach out on his behalf, or executive seller relations received your escalation and we've reviewed it and this is what we've come up with. It seems like everyone under the sun is doing these, right? I mean,
yeah,
how often do we see these?
Well, I was going to say, I can't actually remember the last time I wrote a Jeff escalation. I almost never use that queue anymore. I honestly, I don't think I've used it in the last 6 months. I mean, I still see a lot of people using it outside of people that work with us, but that's
one way we see it. The last refuge of the consultant who knows that their client is stuck and has nothing useful to say is write to Jeff. Let's be honest. The Jeff emails, it's a good, healthy sign that your consultant has no idea what they're doing, quite honestly. And you have to figure out maybe why you paid them in the first place, if that is the only place they have you escalate.
Yeah, if it's write a POA and then write to Jeff, or even worse, write a POA and then send just that POA to Jeff.
Right.
And that's a very good indication that they don't know what they're doing.
Two things you need when you escalate. Forget about Jeff, forget about where it's going. And this is one pet peeve Leah and I both have, is that sellers are focusing way too much on where do I send it? Where do I email this? And not what you're sending.
Yeah, an escalation is not going to do anything if it's not, well, one, not an actual escalation. And two, if the appeal that you're sending with it doesn't actually address anything.
You need two things. You need an escalation letter with the POA. Escalation letter might be short, might be long. It needs to be custom. Do not copy and paste something you used on some prior Jeff escalation.
Or don't take a template from another seller or another service that offers Jeff templates.
Right. The be all end all escalation is not the Jeff at Amazon anymore.